This is my first tip of 2012. So Happy New Year, everyone. So because it's the new year and because this is a brand new year, I want to start everyone off on the right foot. And I'm going to give you not one, but two tips. So I'm throwing in a free bonus tip. Not that these aren't all free. But anyway, so I'm going to give you two tips to start off the year. And to be honest, if you follow both these tips, you're probably going to have a successful acting career. But you have to follow them diligently, and you have to follow up with action, because nothing happens without you guys taking action. Okay, so here are your two tips. The first tip is to start over. The second tip is to get a mentor. Okay, so let's talk about the first tip. Starting over is probably the best thing you can do if your acting career is not going the way you really would like it to be. Okay, so if you've been spending a lot of money, spending a lot of time, using up a lot of your energy, doing a lot of different activities, but you're not getting the results, and by results, I mean acting jobs, okay? That is the only thing that matters with your acting career. You can set a bunch of goals along other lines like getting an agent, getting auditions, etc., but none of that really matters if you're not getting acting jobs. So if you're not getting acting jobs, then first of all, set your goal for this year. How many acting jobs do you want? Or if you're not at the stage where you should be trying to get acting jobs yet because you're not ready, and that's really important, is knowing when you're actually ready to even try to get an acting job. But let's just say this. If you're at that stage, set a goal of how many acting jobs you'd like to get by the end of the year. And if you're not ready, then set it for 2 years, set it for 3 years, whatever, depending on where you are in your career. But that should be your goal. It should be measured in terms of work. And if you're not getting any work, then you need to go back and re-examine everything you're doing. Now, at hackhollywood.com, we use a 5-step approach to an acting career. So the 5 steps, I call them the 5K. So it's sort of like running a 5K race. The first step is K1, that's getting to know yourself. The second step is K2, getting to know the craft. Third step, K3, getting to know the business. Fourth step, K4, getting to know the people. And then K5, that's becoming known. Okay, so look at your career along those 5 parameters. And if all of those parameters aren't fully developed and aren't working for you, then you're going to have a tough time getting to the stage of actually working in the business. So please re-examine those 5 areas, and whatever's not working, just scrap it. Put it on the scrap heap and start over. Starting over is the best thing you can do for your career if it's not working. Okay, if you were going to try another career, being a doctor, being the manager of a coffee chain, being an underwater welder, what have you, you know there's certain steps you have to go through. You have to go through a certain amount of steps to get to be a professional actor as well. You can't skip anything. It just doesn't happen. Okay, so re-examine your career, start over. The bonus tip I'm giving you to find a mentor is going to help you so much with starting over. You need to find someone who's living the life you would like to live and see if they can help you, give you advice, tell you how they did it, and just model your career after them. Take the parts that are similar to what you have to offer, get them to tell you about how they got to where they are, and get them to go back all the way to the beginning and see which parts you can model and which parts you can't. Where you can't copy them, you're going to have to come up with your own approach. But there's always a lot to be learned from someone who is successful. The last thing you want to do is copy people who aren't having any success because they don't know how. So what I see a lot of actors doing is copying other struggling actors because they don't know anything else. What you need to do is find a successful actor and copy what they're doing. Don't copy unsuccessful actors, and don't copy people who are making money off of actors because they may have a conflict of interest. You need to talk to some people who are having success in your field and find out what they're doing and copy them. All right, guys, I think that pretty much covers it. I've probably gone over my allotted time, but because I had 2 tips this time around, I'm going to forgive myself. So guys, your 2 tips for the year are start over, just scrap whatever's not working, and 2, find a mentor and model your career after them. All right, guys, that's all I got. On behalf of HackHollywood.com and ActorQ, we'll see you on the other side.